All right, hey, good morning, guys. I'm here for a soccer session with you guys this morning. And today I wanted to teach you guys a little skill for soccer. Mainly, the strategy skill is a give and go. Okay, so a give and go is when you use one of your teammates to get past a defender, somebody trying to take the ball away from you. Okay, but before we get to that, and before we start the session, if you're gonna have a lot of space for this session, if you're outside in a park or something on a field, then you're gonna start by doing a little bit of running to warm up. So start by running through the length of the field several times. Maybe you can run back and forth on the field at a slower pace at the beginning, and if you get enough energy by the end, you can start speeding up. So maybe run, a suggestion would be to run as many lengths as your age. Okay, so if you're 5, 6, 7, or 8 years old, you can run as many lengths as your age through the field. That'll give you a nice warm-up to get started. And before we do get started with the skill I want to teach you guys, which is the give and go, well, we're going to do a few foot drills to kind of get warmed up and to get a little bit a sense of the ball. Okay, so the first little skill I want to teach you guys is actually something we've done in the past. There are going to be light touches on the ball. Okay, so we're going to start with using our toes up on top of the ball to control the ball. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to start by just trying to place our feet on the ball and try to stay balanced on the ground. Okay, so what you want to make sure is that you don't put all of your weight on the ball, because if you do so, you're going to roll back and maybe fall on the ground. Okay, so be careful not to put your whole weight on the ball. Make sure you just put the top of your toes on the ball for this exercise. So I'll give you a few variations, a few ideas to do to do these light touches, and get through them several times. You can do as many as 20 or 30 little repetitions of each one. Okay, so have a look at this first drill. First, you're going to find a nice spot. Okay, you're going to put the ball on the ground, and what you want to do is simply put your foot on the ball without any weight on the ball, but mostly on the leg that's holding you. Okay, so start by simply hopping from one leg to another and trying to get the ball. The ball's not moving much, just try to get your toes on top of the ball. Okay, when you become good, you can go a little bit faster. And the faster you go, and you should be able to do this. Okay, so make sure you don't put any weight on the ball, because you might roll back and fall on the ground. Okay, the next, if you're able to manage through this and to master this little skill, then you can start moving the ball. And the one way to do this is to move in a circle. Okay, let's have a look at this. All right, here we go. So control the ball with the top of your foot on it, and simply turn around. Okay. Obviously, you can do this with both your feet. You can start with your right foot, the one, or your left foot, the one that you're more used to, and then try with your other foot as well. Okay. Do this at least several times until you feel dizzy enough to stop. All right. So those are the little light touches on the ball that you can do. These little exercises will get you to feel the ball and to control the ball. Okay, when you have your foot on the ball, it helps you to control it more easily, and it's a good skill to have when you're playing in a game of soccer. Okay, so now I'm gonna get to the exercises you can do for the little strategy element that I was telling you about, the give and go. Okay, so the give and go, like I said, is a passing game. It's using your teammate to get past an opponent. So one of the first things you can do, I've got my cones here. I got beautiful cones. If you don't have any cones at home, you can just use obviously an object, or you can maybe build your own cone if you have some of the tools at home. Okay, so what you're gonna do, obviously, if you have someone with you, you can use them to practice the give and go. But if you don't, or actually before you get to use a partner, you can use a cone and a hard surface like a wall. Okay, so I've got this nice wall right here at the park, and so I'll be bouncing the ball off the wall. If you're in your home doing these exercises, you can bounce them off something hard. Be careful not to break anything, of course. But essentially what you're going to do is we're going to make passes in a V. Okay, so you have to pass the ball hard enough on the wall for it to bounce back, and use the inside of your foot like we've seen in the gym. Use the inside of your foot to make a pass. Okay, so it doesn't need to be a really hard kick, but make sure the ball is on the ground and roll the ball towards the hard surface and go get it on the other side of the cone. Okay, so you're gonna make a pass in a V shape. All right, let's have a look at this. So position your cone not too far from the wall. All right, get your ball and go on one side of the cone, and you're going to receive the ball on the other side of the cone. Here we go. All right, so I hope you get a sense of that first drill. It's a rather simple drill, but the faster you do it, the more vigorously you do it, then you have to really control the ball and receive the ball well. Okay, so try to get many of those passes done. If you can do 20 passes in a row, or get through 20 passes, that'll be good practice for you. And maybe come back to it a little later as well if you want to keep practicing further. Okay, so that's a good drill you can do, passes in a V shape. Obviously, when you get a partner, if you get a parent or something, then you can use your partner in two different ways. First, you can set up a cone on the ground and make a pass to your partner and run past the cone to receive the pass. Okay, and then you start that over again. You do that several times. And you can also use your partner in a different way. You can use your partner as the defenseman. So if you use the wall to make the pass. So if your partner, you set up your partner in front of you, and you make a pass to the wall, and then run past your partner to go get the ball behind them. Okay, so that's two ways you can use a person with you if you have enough space, of course. Okay, so that's the give and go. It's a good skill to have in soccer, and I'd like you to practice that skill when we get back. And if we play a game of soccer, we're going to remind ourselves of that strategy. We're going to see if we can do it in the gym as well. Okay, enjoy your practice.